Alright people, this is the 4.0 minus the intake. I was having a hard time finding out how the EGR valve comes off. It's two rubber O-rings and an angle. It comes out. But I went ahead and bought the EGR valve flange. But I didn't need to. So that's going to be fun to put back together. But basically, EGR valve vacuum line to crossover for the emissions control, vacuum line for the proportional valve, vacuum lines for all kinds of stuff, fuel line, got to disconnect it, fuel line, got to disconnect it. To get the electrical harness out, I've got to pull the entire electrical harness out, because I need to get to the lower intake manifold. And that's going to make me disconnect all 6 injectors. These are the injectors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and one more behind that. One more on the other side of the injector. Under the intake. 6. And said fuel lines already. Thermostat. Temperature control, all kinds of stuff. Valve covers have to come off both sides. So I do have to take the EGR valve off, the EGR tube. So that means I got to pull the dipstick. And you don't have to disconnect the AC, you just got to turn it loose. Take the 4 bolts out. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then it's mobile, because both of these lines, the high pressure and the low pressure lines, are nice and flexible. We got flexible fittings on them. I thought I was going to have to take them off. There's a hidden bolt to get the EGR valve to come loose. Right there. Right there. That's one. That takes the dipstick out. Then there's one underneath that. You got to take it loose to get this EGR, the bracket that holds the EGR valve in position, to come off. That's still got to come off, which means I got to get the dipstick out, which means you have to take the dipstick completely out. So yeah, there's your transmission fluid stick. Don't have to worry about that. So this is for the emissions control that's down under the driver's side fender well.